Hi guys, today we are going to be making this rusty text with a welding effect with sparks and fire and all of that kind of stuff. I've done a couple of versions of it. It's really easy to do. Now what I'm going to do is break this down into two tutorials, one showing you how to make the text and another tutorial showing you how to make the welding effect. The reason I'm doing that is because I know some people may not be interested in the welding and vice versa. So let's get into it. So the first thing we need is a Fusion composition. I've got one already set up just here called Weld. If you don't, come up to your media window here, right click and hit Create New Fusion Composition. Give it a name. Make sure it's 15 seconds long, and then what you need to do is click on it, right click and hit Open in Fusion. So here we are in DaVinci Fusion. One thing you'll notice, if I right click, I've selected Arrange Tools to Grid, like that, just to keep it clean. We're going to bring in a background node and we're going to connect that across like that. I'm going to click on that background node, come to the alpha and take it all the way down to 0. We're now going to create our 3D world, and the way we do that is we bring in a merge 3D, a camera or light 3D I should say, camera 3D and a render 3D like that. Let's connect those all together. Then we take our render 3D here and connect it to this background, and it'll create a merge for us, and that enables us to see the 3D world in the 2D world. First thing we need to do is add a text node. So come to the toolbar, grab a text node. I'm actually going to bring in another merge as well. And the reason I do that is because I like to keep my objects on one merge and my lights and camera on another. Clicking on the text, come across here and type in your text. I actually use the font GoBold. So if you just click inside your fonts, just there. It's a free font. You can download it from the fonts. I'll leave a link to it in the description as well. If we look, even though I've typed in that text, we can't see it in the window, and there is a reason for that. It's an annoying reason, but there is a reason, and that is if I put our camera in the left-hand view like that by clicking that dot, the camera occupies the same position as the text. So if I pull it back like this, you can see our text now comes into position. I'm going to go to the front view and now bring that camera up so it centers the text like that. Right, clicking on the text, we're going to come across to the right. We're going to go down to where it says extrusion. We're going to give it a bit of extrusion, some subdivisions, a bit of a bevel, and turn off back because we don't need bevel on the back here. Let's just take that extrusion down a little bit. There we are, that should be good. Right, next thing we need to do is give it some texture, and the way you do that is come to the top and under shading here, click that, and where it says solid, we need to change that to image, like that. Then we go down to here where it says image source, and we need to change it to clip. Now these textures I got from VectorEasy. I'll leave links to them in the description below. I'm going to grab this rusty one and just going to drag it across and drop it in like that. And there we are, we have our rusty text. Let's add a background. So what we're going to do is we are going to bring in our background node, F2 to rename it. Now I can't connect that into any merge because it's a 2D object in a 3D world. So the way you do it is you bring in what's called an image plane and you connect it to that. You can then take that and connect that into your scene like that, and we can now see it's sitting behind our text. Let's go to the top view. So there's our background. So let's move that right back like that. Then what we're going to do is clicking on the image plane, we're going to come into the transform, go down here, turn off lock XYZ. We're going to increase the X until it fills the screen, like so, and do the same for the Y. You probably need to move it up in the translation, so hold the control key and just move it up like that. There we are, looking cool. Right, we've got one more object to add, and that is our bar, and we're going to make that with something called a shape 3D. We're going to drag that in, rename it F2, we'll call it bar. And then what we'll do is we'll connect it in like that. It's actually come in as a plane. I know that because it says it here. So we're going to change that to a cube. We're going to come to the transform section. Again, turn off XYZ. We're going to bring the Y right down. Very, very thin. Hold the control key. Z, same, needs to be very little. And you can actually increase the X so it's longer than the text like that. Right, now what we need to do is move it behind the text, and the way we do that is go up to the translation, hold the control key, and you can see by holding the control I can move it backwards and forwards. I'm just going to do that, and then I'm going to raise it up like that. I'm actually also going to decrease the Y because I still, yeah, that's what I want. Yep, and move the translation over so it's a bit more centered like that. Right, so now we need to go to the material. Click on the color. I'm going to make that a dark grey like that. We're also going to hit on the specular, and we're going to take the intensity all the way down because we don't want it to reflect much. We're now going to click on this bar and cheat and right click on it, hit copy, Control V, paste, and connect that in like that. Click on that new one, go to the transform, and just move it up in the Y. Again, you might need to hit the control key to do that. Right, now we need to play with the lights. The first thing we need to do is click on this merge, hit pass through lights just here, go to the next merge, pass through lights, go to the renderer, and change it from software renderer to hardware renderer, and hit enable lights, enable shadows, and everything goes dark. And again, the reason for that is our light is in the same position as our object. So if I click on the light and then move that back, you see what happens. We're going to click on that light, come across to transform. First thing we're going to do is we can actually get it to target the text. And the way we do that is hit use target and hit pick, and then just drag that over to your text like that. And now when I move the light, it always faces the text. Isn't that cool? We're going to do that. Let's go to the control panel. We're going to turn off no decay here and have quadratic. We're going to take the cone angle way up, so it's something like that. The penumbra, which I can never say. As you can see here, it softens the edge like that. Then what we'll do is we'll change that light value to 2. So we've got a bit of light like that. We're now going to duplicate that light. Right click on it and hit copy. Blank area, Control V, paste, and link it in like so. We're now going to move that light across to the other side. And we're going to change its color to be a bit orangey, like that. Now, one of the things you can do with with the target is if we go down, I can actually get it to knock off target slightly, so it's not aiming for the center of the text, but more the side. And the way you do that is just by clicking this X here. Can you see that? So we'll do it about there. I'm going to go back to this original spotlight here, and I'm just going to change that down to say 1.5. See how that looks. Guys, we are finished. So in the next tutorial, what I'm going to do is show you how we add the particles to it to give it that welded look. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one.